Why do you yearn for people who don't choose you back? They showed you who they were the first time, and still you chose not to believe them. I know you want comfort and company, but why do you let it forsake your own peace? If they keep showing you they will choose themselves, why don't you just choose you? The only thing you two ever had in common was each time that they chose themselves over you. They always chose them, yet you still yearn for them. Most of the time, we're not actually in love with the person, but just the idea of them. And it sounds cruel, don't get me wrong, but we begin to be infatuated with what could be and not what is. We begin to fall in love with just the potential of them and not the person that they show us that they are. Oh, well, she didn't mean it like that, or oh, he treats me like this because he's been through X, Y, but why do you allow it? Because people put you through exactly what you allow them to, and it is never a flex for someone to keep on just appearing in your life. No apologies, no closure, just a hug and a handshake, and you allow it because you've missed them so much. If you keep showing them that they can access you in these ways without putting their muscles in, why would they ever want to work for it? Why would they give you a genuine apology if every time that they let time pass, you let them back in as if that's the same thing? Time passing is not an apology, it's disregarding. So take notes of how the conversation goes when it finally arises. Like, do they deflect? Are their sorries just making room for more disrespect? Just notice their patterns. Because someone's past isn't a good enough reason for them to treat you badly. If you went through all that chaos to find yourself and rebuild your character brick by brick, why do you give them leeway instead of space to do the same exact thing? You're not alone in this though, because there's actually a name for it. It's intermittent reinforcement. It's the idea that people often get hooked on because they get hooked on the potential of a relationship or a person because of the intermittent rewards. So it's all that attention, all that affection, the hot and the cold, that push and pull that we all know way too well. It creates a cycle where you keep chasing the highs even though it means tolerating pain and neglect. So you convincing yourself that that man or woman that keeps on cheating on you and doing the XYZ is your husband or wife, that counts too, unfortunately, sorry. But you're stuck on the potential. And it's just the concept of being stuck on what could be versus what is. We keep on repeating this today. It ties into idealization. And idealization too if you're in your Bible, but right now we're talking about idealization. And that's when you focus on that potential that you created in your head. Like, that's literally your imagination. And it's that idealized version of this person rather than their actual behavior. It just leads you to disappointment and staying in situations way longer than you should. And your reward system plays a big role in here too. Because your dopamine generally starts to get a kick out of this because it's getting that fix. It's getting that attention, that love, and that validation, and they keep pushing and pulling away, so you're craving that validation again each time that they push away. It keeps you invested even if it's unhealthy. That's where attachment and oxytocin come into play. Because oxytocin is the lovey-dovey, basically hormone in your head that reinforces that feeling of being attached. So that's what's making it harder to disconnect, because it strengthens bond. It strengthens, oh my goodness, guys, sorry. It strengthens bonds, making it harder to let go of relationships, regardless if they are healthy or not. All the times they treated you well begin to feel like nostalgia. So it literally enhances memories of positive interactions, making you focus on all of these good times, and it makes you yearn for more. Even though you know the cycle and you know who they are, you know how it begins, middle, and ends, you know how it ends every single time. But it is your love hormone that also aids in stress reduction. So it has calming effects at the same time, which might make you more inclined to associate the relationship with feelings of comfort or relief, even if it's not a healthy dynamic at all. So maybe, just maybe, You should tie your lovey-dovey hormones to something else. When I say something else, I don't mean another man, another woman, but maybe yourself. Like maybe you should tie those lovey-dovey hormones to yourself this time instead of them, because you owe yourself that. I think maybe you should choose you this time, or choose that hobby, maybe choose the gym you've been wanting to go to. But hey,